Just checking if we are online then. All right, we are online. So let's rock and roll. Hey everyone, my dearest audience. How are you all? Guys, join me today. We are going to welcome Prithwijit Mitra. He is a lad from Haldia and he has got a few calls, he has made a few conversions, and of course we are very proud of him. So now he has decided, I think, to go to NMIMS Mumbai. But then I really wanted to find out a little more about his journey, what his beliefs were, how he actually could not crack CAT 2021 with a desired percentile. Then what all did he do differently in order to get it the next time, like, in the proper way? So let's get started. Let's talk to him and find out. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. So hi Prithwijit, good to see you there.
Hello, hello, ma'am.
Keep
How are
smiling.
you?
I'm good. You've got a nice smiling face. So, it immediately puts the other person at ease. That's good body language.
Thank you.
And now that's what I'm thinking, that maybe you cracked your interviews with the help of your smile. Did you?
Yeah, at least for NMIMS, I can say yes because the interview did not go well. But yes, I was nervous, but I didn't show in front of the interviewers.
Haha.
I kept smiling till the end.
Haha.
Since it was a physical interview, we had to go to Mumbai,
Hmm.
and I think because hardly the interview was for 6 7 minutes,
Okay.
and I was almost like it's gone. I'll not convert,
Haha.
but I did not make them that understand that I was nervous.
Hmm.
So after that, so yes, that smiling face, I think that helped me for that interview.
That's an asset, definitely. So you are a person from Haldia, right?
Yes, ma'am.
West Bengal, and you
Yes,
have 3 years of work X with
yes,
with TCS,
right, ma'am.
right? Are you an engineer?
Yes, ma'am. I have
Oh,
completed my
engineer.
engineering from SRM University, Chennai.
Okay, Chennai. So tell us something fun about yourself before we get started with the academics and the preparation and conversions part.
Fun means, ma'am, I love to do mimicry. I can mimic my friends, my faculties if I see them in if I meet them, I can. I
Mm-hmm.
need some time, but yes, I can mimic many people,
Okay.
and I am believer of Gaur Gopal Das, the spiritual leader of
Okay.
ISKCON.
You follow
Yes,
him. All right.
yeah, I follow him.
Okay. And what else? What else do you do in your free time?
I love playing badminton, ma'am, and I I don't love to be engrossed with my mobile. I usually hang out with my friends if we get opportunities because
Mm-hmm.
most of us are like different parts of India or of the world.
Okay.
So whenever we get time, we try to connect over calls or whatever, like to understand where we are. Like we
So
have some
you have
serious
this,
discussion.
so you have this control over yourself, your instincts not to reach out for the mobile whenever you get free time.
Yes, ma'am,
Hmm.
I do. Like
That's good.
I prefer talking to friends more than like engrossed in mobile and doing Facebook and Instagram.
So can you call yourself social?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
You are
Because
a
like
social
I
person.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
I mean, you're not introverted like many of us are.
not really.
Okay. So I'm sure the audience are waiting, like, with kind of the desire to know your percentile and the conversions that you have. So let's get started with that, Prithwijit. What exactly was your CAT percentile for the benefit of the students, that is, and what conversions do you have? Where have you decided to join and why? Let's set the ball rolling with that.
Okay, ma'am. So this year I had for CAT I have 94 percentile,
Okay.
and I have with my CAT score I have converted IIM Sambalpur, MDI Gurgaon, HR, and waitlisted for the core program,
Okay.
which hopefully I will convert.
Okay.
And with NMAT score, I have converted NMIMS Mumbai core,
Okay.
and waiting for the IFT Delhi result.
Okay.
With CAT score as well as I converted IMT Ghaziabad.
Okay. So you have got quite a few things, right? But then, like, this is what I understood, that now you have decided to join NMIMS. So there is no
Right.
point waiting for IFT or anything else. Hannah, you told me earlier today that you have already paid the amount,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Before we go ahead, there's a comment from Soham Das Gupta. He's there in the audience. You know Soham, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so Soham Das Gupta says, Prithwijit is one of the most hardworking people I have ever seen in my entire life. I was his roommate for 2 long years, and the most inspiring thing that I saw in him was consistency. Soham, I agree with you, though I know Prithwijit quite little, because Prithwijit used to be my recorded student. I mean, he used to follow my recorded sessions. He was not very much there in my live classes, but I know him a little bit. And Soham, what helps Prithwijit is that he has those Bengali genes. बंगाली जीन्स में ना दो चीजें मुझे बहुत फैसिनेट करती हैं guys. I'll be very honest, and Prithwijit, I'm saying this as a compliment, trust me. I really get fascinated by two things. One is the way Bengali kids are totally into padhai. Okay, matlab they are conditioned that way right from the beginning, that you have to get a good percentage, you have to get a good percentile, otherwise you don't exist. Okay, like out of 100 I have seen at least 90-95 people this way. The second thing is, this conditioning is not done on its own. This conditioning is done by the diligent and dedicated Bengali mothers. I mean, I have seen not one, not two, but many moms. I don't know how big her contribution was in your case, but I have seen the way they are like, every 10 minutes, tum ye kha lo, tum wo kha lo, bas padho. Don't get up from your desk, you keep studying, tum ye khao. Just keep eating and keep studying. For them, their kids have to do only two things in life. Do you agree
I'm
with me or disagree?
I'm in that rest 5%, ma'am. Both my parents like they want me that you did not study so much. You go out, you play. That is also important. Like
Oh,
all work and no play makes Jacks a dull boy. They believe in that. So they always tell me to like
they
balance everything out.
they are an
Both of them.
exception. They are an exception, and trust me, I meant it as a big compliment, because this is what takes Bengali lads and lasses to great heights. I have seen them like as achievers. So somehow, okay, chalo theek hai. That I mean, you said that your parents never pressurized you. They kind of
Yes.
asked you to balance life, so that's also a good thing. Okay, guys, so fine. Soham, stay there in the audience, because we need you there as a pillar, and we are moving ahead now. So Prithwijit, now that you have decided to join NMIMS, how do you visualize your life over the next 2 years? What do you see yourself doing, Prithwijit? Share your heart out with us.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, of course, I have to study. That's like I
Hmm.
heard the curriculum is very
Huh.
hectic. So
Huh.
keeping aside that, what I have learned from like SRM is like clubs, committees are very important at future. So that is something I've decided that I'll engage myself in clubs and committees.
Okay.
I'll focus on co-curricular activities because these are very important, which I realized at SRM because I was not involved that much there. And then, of course, Mumbai is a new city for me. I'll explore Mumbai. New friends, of course, it's a journey where I'll be making, and then
Hmm.
we'll make have some short tours with them, and
Hmm.
then that's that.
Okay.
This is for the next 2 years.
So next 2 years. So have you ever been to Mumbai before?
Just for the interview.
Just for the interview. That was your first time. And who accompanied you for that interview? Your dad?
No, I went alone.
You went all by yourself. Okay. So when you got the news that, okay, you have converted these calls and you have decided to join NMIMS, who was happier, you or your parents?
Both, ma'am, both. Because
Okay.
I stay in Kolkata, they stay here. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of us were very happy.
Yeah, you were working with TCS at Kolkata,
Right, ma'am.
right? And they live
Yes,
in
and
Haldia. All right.
yeah,
So now when we bring this job thing, you have an experience of 3 years with
right, ma'am.
TCS in like very good position, in a like, great role. So tell us something about that. because I'm sure people would be eager to know how you managed. I want you to start from there, like how you managed your preparation along with your job. Okay, what kind of roles did you hold over there? What kind of work were you doing over there? And now that you have decided to move on and pursue your further education, what is TCS saying to you? So go on, tell us about it.
Okay, first I'd like to say, ma'am, my manager was exceptionally good. He cooperated with me. So
Hmm.
that is one of the major reasons that I could prepare well.
Hmm.
Second, I used to work as a developer there for the
Hmm.
first 2 years. Then, if along with development, I used to do manage teams
Hmm.
and so that we can deal with clients. And they always TCS always encourages for higher studies. So
Hmm.
basically, I have taken a 2 years leave, sabbatical leave, 730 calendar days.
Okay.
So if I get a proper role, what I opt for, then TCS, if they have that opportunity, they'll give me. I can join back at TCS.
Okay.
Now preparation, what you said, like how did I balance?
How
So
did you
first I'll
manage it?
say
Yes.
yes. First I'll say, ma'am, in CAT 21, I thought it to be as I used to think CAT and the rest of the four exams as exams. So I used to get pressurized that I have to do good, I have to crack it. But CAT 2022 from February, I joined Unacademy with you and Ravi sir. So there my approach changed. So from that time onwards, I used to consider this as a journey of mine. Like I used to enjoy this journey, and like the way sir and you teach. So even after coming home at 9 o'clock, I knew that I'll be learning something new, something or the other new, either in quants, LDI, or VRC. So that motivated me to do the classes, as well as my own studies. That is also important, and that's the way, ma'am. Like, if you want in details, I can say, but that's the
Okay. So you changed your approach. That's what you're
yeah,
saying, right?
that is
And
the most important
yeah.
thing, ma'am.
So students out there, he says that he used to take pressure, and as you heard him say that. And then later he changed his approach. He decided to take it as a journey. He thought that, okay, I may as well enjoy it. So guys, the moment you decide that you're going to enjoy the journey, the pressure eases. Okay. And if you don't ease this pressure on your minds, it kind of racks your brain on the D-Day. जब आप बैठते हैं ना, तो it's like you're not able to cope with the time. So this is what he did. Now, all along your preparation journey, what kind of things did you learn? I mean, I'm not asking you to point out the specifics, but then, like, overall, how did it change you as a person, or how did it contribute to your progress? Like, maybe if you can give us some interesting snippets.
Okay, ma'am. So first thing is that sir always says never give up,
Hmm.
never give up attitude. That has motivated me a lot. Second is the way, like the way you and sir used to teach. Like for example, I'll say like arts is, there are ways of solving, but again telling some stories related to it always helps us to capture those things, to remember, like to make those things unique.
Hmm.
Those helps us as students to remember things, to enjoy things. Only solving arts is, we don't enjoy a class. So that background story, so those things help.
Okay.
Third, my like one of an academy student only. So I used to discuss with him. Like his name is Jishnu.
Hmm.
So he used
Oh,
to also
yes.
Jishnu. Like he has got SP Gen.
Hmm.
So he's your student only, ma'am.
Hmm.
So we used to discuss after mocks. So
Hmm.
mocks is one important period, like where there are ups and downs, and that discussion. If we have a healthy discussion, healthy competition, that helps a lot.
Hmm.
So peer discussion, that this journey has helped both of us. We discussed, we motivated each other whenever like our marks, because it's not that every mock will get good marks.
True.
Sometimes yeah, ups and downs will be there. So that time, that friend who can guide us, who is also giving the exam, so good friend, good peer is very important for us.
Okay. Good. So, what I understand from what he said is that you need to have a good peer group. Some people, like, like-minded people, and you can form a small group, maybe a study group, in which people are not pulling each other down. They are actually there to promote each other, to help each other, and you can discuss your doubts over there. Like he found this kind of, sync with Jishnu. And Jishnu is another student of mine. Now he's safely there at SP Jan. Okay. And he says like, okay, he picked Ravi sir, he picked me, so he used to follow. But okay. Now, since we are talking about VARC, tell me this. Were you always good at RC? Or like, if not, when you started enjoying the journey, was there something called reading, or maybe, something called expanding your concepts, or something of that sort that actually helped you improve? Would you throw some light on that? Hmm.
I no, I never read novels, neither I
Hmm.
read newspaper before this CAT preparation.
Okay.
And like I understood that reading is the most important thing for this VRC section,
Hmm.
not only because like for RCs, but also for vocabulary, everything, like to comprehend things. The more we read, you always tell ma'am about skimming and scanning,
Huh.
because CAT is a exam which has time limit.
Time limit, yeah.
So we can't read every line,
Hmm.
and that scheme scan things doesn't develop in one day or 2 days. So for that, reading habit is very very important for a student's perspective.
Right.
And it's not that in 1 day or 1 week or 2 weeks we will develop that habit. It takes some amount of time. So like like I didn't read novels, and I tried, but what helped me was your Hindu editorials, the Hindu
Hmm.
editorials of different newspapers, and
Hmm.
the articles which in groups used to share. So
Right.
different like articles on different topics, philosophy, psychology,
Yeah.
so that we have variety of topics. So those all things has helped me to like do better in RCs.
Okay. What was your favorite and not so favorite section, subject?
Uh, no, ma'am, I didn't have any liking, disliking,
Okay.
like particularly for any subject. Like I all over I enjoyed it. Like
Okay.
as I said, it's a journey. I enjoyed
Right.
everything.
So you were learning in all the three subjects, like QA, DILR, VARC. In all the three, you were just like, very keen on keeping your mind open and grasping everything that was coming your way. And you just wanted to kind of learn and overall show some improvement. Right. So once you got a good score in CAT, after that, the journey till the interview, how did you do that?
Before that, ma'am, can I just say one thing about VRC
Please
for the rest?
go
Yeah,
on,
just
go on.
one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for CAT, whatever we prepare for DILR and quants, the rest of the exams, the VRC is not that these sections are not that difficult as compared to CAT. But I'll just like to specify for VARC. In CAT, we don't have vocabularies, we don't have critical reasoning. So this is my advice that, and like in ZAT, those tough poems, those doesn't come in CAT.
Hmm.
So it's my advice that we should give some amount of time for VRC for those exams, like way before the CAT, because
Okay.
last moment we will not get that amount of time. And
Right.
critical reasoning, this requires practice. So it's
Right.
the best time is now, so that we can, I'll say maybe 1 hour or 2 hours in a week for the rest of the exams, the previous year's question. That
Yes.
might help, because VRC is the game changer for those particular exams.
Very true. Very true. Very true. There is somebody called Arohi Verma who says it was nice working with you. Best wishes for your future endeavors. So maybe she was your colleague. And then there's Alamin's diary. So Alamin is saying the most inspiring senior I have ever come across. So I can see that many people have some good words for you. That's very cute. All right. And there is one person, Bharat. He wants to know what was your sleep schedule throughout your preparation, Prithwijit?
Uh, at 12 to 5:36 in the morning.
12 to 5:36. Okay, that sounds like me. Okay. So that's pretty good. 12 to 5:36. And then what
Yeah,
time
yeah.
did you have to report to work?
My bus used to come at 10 o'clock, so like 6:30 to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is the time I used to study.
Oh, very cool.
Then
Early morning you would
9.
study, and then 9 you would get ready, have your breakfast or whatever, and then push off to work.
Yes,
And then come back in the evening and maybe
at
devote
9.
like, yeah, devote a little more time to your studies and then sleep fresh. Okay.
Yes.
And as you said in the beginning, you didn't have this phone addiction. So probably that was another blessing, because what happens with all of us is whenever we get free time, we are like, hooked to the phone. So that eats away our time. What do you
Right.
say? Yeah?
Yeah, like that time, like whenever we used to get time, we used to discuss about like like
Yeah.
inspiring. Like many of my friends are in like Shohom and
Hmm.
Arco. They are in UK and USA. So
Hmm.
like we get into calls and I try to understand how is their life there. So we have discussions like that. And because I personally believe that we need to give some rest to my eyes as well.
Hmm.
Because office 9 hours, then again studying. So
True.
if I again do mobile, then eyes will pain. So it's better to
Yes.
talk with somebody.
Okay. Now there's an interesting question from somebody called Get Jinxed. He says, please share your schedule for preparation of all three sections, means where to put in more effort and what not to do. Because I don't think that we need to study day and night to crack it. So any tips and tricks and strategies would be helpful. Go on. Tell us, Prithwijit.
That depends, ma'am, from person to person. If somebody is weak in any particular section,
Hmm.
he or she should emphasize on that section more. And
Okay.
it's absolutely correct that we did not put in our 24 hours for CAT, because I feel CAT is an exam where we need to show our consistency. If we are like studying 10 hours a day and then giving 3 days gap, then there's no point in it.
Very true.
That, study consistently, because as again I emphasize, the journey means every day there should be a little improvement every day.
Yes.
So that consistency matters.
Okay. Do you believe in God?
Yes,
You do. So,
yes,
like,
ma'am.
very religious or moderately?
Moderately.
Moderately. So, this success of yours, how much do you attribute it to God? I mean, how much of it is luck, God given, and how much is it hard work?
And this is a
Tricky
difficult
question.
question
Yeah, I
because
know that. I know. I just want to hear your opinion on that. It can be like anything. But it just came to my mind that a lot of people have this habit of attributing everything to God. Okay, to jo usne bola, fatalism, And then some of them say, no, no, it was totally luck. Not even God, it was totally luck. So what do you have to say?
whenever I used to like, there are ups and downs. So
Hmm.
that time I used to like pray.
Hmm.
So if results are good, like even I believe God doesn't exist, but I do still I'll give the praise. Maybe it's my belief, but I can't define it in percentage. But
Hmm.
yes, there is God's blessings,
Yeah.
my parents' blessings,
Praise
you
parents'
all of
blessings. Yes, good.
yeah, educators' blessings. So
So you
that's
believe
what.
you believe it was a mixture of everything, a little bit of
Yes, ma'am.
everything. And
Yeah,
the belief that you're talking about, the belief in that supreme power, I don't think there's any harm in that if we wake
not
up
at all.
every morning with that belief, and that belief helps us move throughout the day, right? And overcome obstacles. I feel it's all about belief. So you believed in God during your journey, you believed in your parents, in your educators. How much did you believe in yourself? Did you for a moment also doubt yourself that no, I think I should just throw in the towel, I'm done, ab nahi ho sakta?
Whenever I used to think like that, like Jishnu was
Hmm.
there again to motivate me back. So
Ha.
like whenever we used to feel like
Huh.
both of us, so we used to call the other person like मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है, or like I think मेरे से this time also I can't clear CAT.
Hmm.
So the other person will make sure कि he'll motivate the person who is depressed.
I have met
So
Jishnu. Last time when I went to Delhi for that offline meet, I had the opportunity of meeting Jishnu. So I know what you are saying, and all along he was glued to me, like that kind of a student. Kis tarah abhi, like all along his preparation journey, I'll tell you this, Jishnu, if you're there in the audience, this is for you. All along he was glued like this. Matlab, I came across some new questions. I need to understand this. Help me clear my doubts. In the class, he would just gate crash. I have these two questions, ma'am. This is something difficult, this is something different. I need to know this. So it would always be that eager person coming forward, the eager beaver, trying to get to the bottom of every small thing. How come this is a little different from this? Please explain this to me. And there is one thing that I really liked about him. Really, Jishnu, I used to feel this. One thing that I really liked was he always believed, that okay, if I'm asking her, she's going to give me some proper thing. तो मुझे कभी कभी पता है पृथ्वीजीत, ऐसा लगता था, am I doing justice to it? मतलब वो मेरे से इतना पूछता है, इतना मेरे पे ट्रस्ट करता है, am I giving him the right answers, or am I suffering from that imposter syndrome कि हाँ मैं सही नहीं दे रही हूँ? So anyway, so Prithwijit, you have also been a great student, although you were one of the recorded ones. So मैंने आज आपको conversation में भी बोला था, phone conversation में भी, that many times I come across such students who convert Then they come to the forefront and then they tell me, ma'am, I was not very active in the class, but I used to be the recorded student, recorded follow karne wala. So, Prithwijit, if given a choice, should a student opt for live sessions or recorded? What's the difference and how would you justify both?
Okay, ma'am. I felt my quants was not that weak.
Hmm.
So what? So I knew that whatever sir used to teach, or
Yeah.
maybe for VRC, whatever you used to teach. So I knew that that is enough for me, and I knew
Hmm.
that I had a clarity that this time I have to do CAT.
Hmm.
So diversions were not as such there for me.
Hmm.
And whoever since we could see the doubts, whoever used to the pinned messages.
Hmm.
So even if I had some doubts, there were many doubts where
Your
those
points
things
were
will
cleared.
get covered.
Hmm.
Yes. So for students like this genre, that we I think we do, and especially if we have office, we can't do classes all the time. So
Okay.
it's for them. And but people who like base is weak, they need to like strengthen their
Sit.
base.
Okay. Hmm. They
For
need to be in the
them,
live classes.
yes, that is important because that interaction with you or sir with or whoever the educator is, that interaction and like instantly clearing the doubt is
Hmm.
important.
Okay, yeah. So I get your point. It's like, the vibes that you get from the educators and you're connected. So, but yes, in your case, since you could not afford that much time, and moreover, because you had appeared for 2021, I think this served your purpose well. I mean, you just took out time according to your convenience and you watched the recorded sessions.
Right, ma'am.
So, audience, there is one thing that I have really been impressed by when it comes to Prithviraj, and that is he comes across as a very sorted person. This is the word I would use for him, sorted. I mean, at his tender age, if he has so much clarity, what he has to do, where he has to go, if he is doing a job, how much he can devote to his job, how much he should devote to his CAT preparation. All these things, like this afternoon, I had a conversation with him, and that is when I was like, getting more and more impressed with this gentleman. So, Prithwijit, in the end, what guidance would you give to the students, like in the form of tips, maybe to stay sorted, maybe to ease off the pressure, maybe to get more clarity? Any kind of guidance from you would be helpful. Go on.
Okay, ma'am. So first, I like to say this is the time when people start taking mocks, and half of them leave this journey.
Yeah,
So, like there will be ups and downs. So we should not worry about the marks because marks might get reduced, might increase, but we should analyze the mocks. That's a very important thing, which I feel. Second, as I said, like that peer is another important part,
right.
that we should have a group of one two, doesn't matter, but if there is a group, then even if we are feeling depressed and that might take 2 3 days, that can reduce the time. Like I told you, ma'am, that I just used to give him a call, and
Yeah,
that maybe for 10 minutes the depression used to stay, and then it's used to go away, and like, with a fresh mood we can study, so it saves a
right.
lot of time.
Yes.
So that peer is important. And third is to follow you and sir blindly. Like
Okay.
reading is very important, and we shouldn't expect that fruit that of hard work immediately. It takes some time.
Hmm.
So just to like follow you and sir, and like I think results will come. And if even if the CAT doesn't go well, there are 4 more exams. So if we
Right.
work hard, one exam, because we at the end of the day we need one sit, one college, one good college.
Right. Okay, one last question, Prithwijit, from Purva. She is asking any particular tips to deal with LRDI. Can you give her your gyan for LRDI?
I'll say what sir used to say, that first, like if we take a set, rather than seeing the solution,
Hmm.
we should try to solve them for 15 20 minutes, because the important thing is not solving, but how we are processing our brain.
Yeah.
Like while processing, we can think of 2 to 3 approaches. Those approaches might not work for this particular set, but might work for other sets. So first we have to invest time. If we are getting the solution, is well and good, but still after that we should see what sir or the particular educator is teaching us, like
Right.
our solution as well as the educator's solution.
Okay, great. Purva, I hope you got your reply. So it's time to wrap up, guys. Prithwijit, it was great. You could take out the time and sit with us for this. And for me, like, it's always a great thing to sit with a topper because I want my other students to get some insights from the toppers. So in the end, one final message for all the aspirants out there. Like, just like Gaur Gopal Das, you can give some bit of gyan in the end. Okay, students, so aisa bol ke.
Like, no need to be afraid. Like, enjoy it, and like, if we work hard, we'll all of us will do good. All of them they'll do good.
Okay, so that's it, guys. He says work hard. And some people from the audience had also attested this. They said that he has been one of the most hardworking people around them. So hard work is the key to success, and no matter how many times we all say, take a shortcut or take the elevator, I personally believe, and I firmly believe, there is no shortcut to success. We all have to put in hard work some or the other point in time. Okay, so maybe you need to put in all the hard work now, and if you put in all the hard work now, you're going to reap the benefits later. So Prithwijit, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Ma'am,
Please
last
go
thing.
on. Yeah.
Along with hard work, the refreshment is also required. Like,
Yes.
only studying will not help. Sometimes breaks are required as well.
As Prithwijit said in the beginning, that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So you need to go for your refreshment breaks, because if you really keep doing it, if you keep kind of pressurizing yourself, you may snap somewhere or the other. Okay, chalo guys, let's all wind up. Wish you all a very happy and successful career ahead. Those of you who are aspiring for CAT, may you all crack it with a whopping percentile. And thank you once again, Prithwijit, for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am. Good
Okay,
night,
bye-bye.
ma'am.